Identity. I watch people figure themselves out early in life. They found a direction, a name for their life, and followed it with certainty. Most of them were guided there. Parents pointing, pushing, shaping futures with clear intent. I didn't have that. Growing up, I was more alone. One friend was molded into an athlete and became just that. Another steered towards law and wore the title with pride. And me, I was just the friend, the guy they call up maybe for drinks or just to hop on the game. So I asked myself, who am I? Am I the guy who stocks shelves at a supermarket, or am I something more? Who am I, and what label could I press onto my chest? Something neat, something predictable, something that would make my life easier to explain or maybe easier to accept. But I was never led down a single path, and maybe you feel the same way. Never shown the road, never taught the options. I was told what was better for me, and then I was left alone to choose without even knowing that or what choices existed. And that was my struggle, not my failure, not lack of ambition, but identity. And I think in today's day and age, we really suffer from that and struggling with mental health. We've taught identity to compress ourselves into titles. And this is my problem. We say, I am a doctor, I'm a boxer, an athlete, I'm an actor, I'm something. As if one word could hold a life, as if a job, a role, or a paycheck could explain a human being in their totality. And when that label doesn't fit, it feels borrowed or hollow. So people have identity crisis or fake imposter syndrome, I think it's called. We're told the problem is us. And I started thinking, I said, fuck the labels. We're human beings, and humans were never meant to be reduced to a single word, a single path, or a single outcome. We are more than our work. We are more than the money in our bank accounts, more than the clothes that we wear, or the apartment we have, or the city that raised us. If you've seen the movie Fight Club, you might be familiar with that, although that takes a very darker route. My idea is the idea of identity, this obsession with defining life neatly, is an illusion, a way to shrink something vast and unpredictable into something small enough to feel safe, which is why I think some people prefer the labels. But life refuses to stay small. I mean, life in general, you really can't control the things outside of your control. It just keeps expanding. And so, what do, really? Well, we stop trying to define ourselves into comfort. We reject the labels. We step fully into who we are, messy, evolving, unfinished, and commit to just living an honest life. And I think sometimes you just have to let nature take its course. And that's hard for a lot. And it's hard for me, that's for sure. So I won't sit here and act like I have all the answers. I certainly don't. I would never claim that, but it's meant to be lived, right? Because in the end, labels won't survive you. They won't even outlive you. No one remembers the title, how you lived, how you moved through the world, who you were when nobody was watching. The ones who live fully, without permission, without apology. Throughout history, those are the ones admired, envied, respected, even loved. And I think there's no greater courage than refusing to be denied by society's standards and choosing instead to live by your own. So, a little more of a shorter video, but I wanted to just get that off my chest. Don't let identity define who you are and identify what your future is going to be. So that's it, really. See ya.